I got really irate about seeing Michelle from China and her sugar daddy shilling for the high sugar, high carb vegan diet. So the deep state want the masses eating a high sugar diet, and they also have a thing for people being vegan. They promote the vegan diet. Now, Vegan Gains didn't get in great shape by being vegan. He could call himself Roid Gains, if more accurate, because he needed to inject roids into himself, whereas I have natural high testosterone and can teach other men how to raise testosterone naturally and protect themselves from a decline. Now, I'm more valuable than Vegan Gains and Greg Doucette and these other health influencers, more valuable than Frank Tufano. I say Frank Tufano has been a sleeper, kind of surprised me by being less toxic and more valuable to people than a lot of other health fitness influencers. So I actually had to give it to him that I won't say that he's the best. I'm the best health fitness influencer on YouTube. He made a video recently. It's like, I'm the real health fitness influencer because I'm not as profit driven as the other are, because my supplements are cheaper. Well, it's easy to make the argument that I'm not a profit driven person who's really out here looking to help people, because everything I've been teaching that's incredibly valuable has been for free. I'm not even monetized. People don't have to watch ads on my videos. I got nothing to sell, no supplements. I've been out here for years teaching health fitness truth, being in great shape and success in all ways for free. Okay. So it's easy to make the case that I'm not really looking to be valuable and help the people and not profit driven, because I haven't been making any money. As a matter of fact, I've been losing money in what I'm doing. So I saw Michelle from China show up, and what she's got going for herself is she's attractive. Okay, she's a good looking girl. Now she's shilling for the high carb diet. Remember, the deep state Illuminati want the masses eating a high sugar diet. And simply this, get the simple, basic concept level truth here. The deep state Illuminati want the masses weak. Okay, mental and physically weak. They are control freaks. They want to control the masses. They want to control you as an individual, and you are part of the masses. The deep state Illuminati powers that be want to control the masses. And people that are dumb and sick and tired are easy to control than people that are sharp mentally and energetic. So I have been teaching extremely incredibly valuable truth to people. I'm the best health fitness influencer available on YouTube. I'm a person who's been aging in reverse, the man who aged in reverse. I showed it yesterday or the day before on my video, Health Max versus Look Maxing. And I was showing pictures from 2016. I don't look a day older now, 36 years old, at close to 2026. I don't look older now than I did 2016. As a matter of fact, I look younger, feel younger than I did 2016, a decade ago. Apparently, I know a thing or two. So I'm very lean and highly energetic and perform at a high level mentally and physically. Another thing that I can teach is OMAD fasting without hunger. I've been doing OMAD fasting for about 5 years now, and I fast. I have high energy. So what I do OMAD fasting. So it's not like, oh, well, I've been able to do OMAD fast. I can teach others to. Well, yeah, there's something to that. But I've been doing OMAD fasting with high energy and no hunger. See, so the way that I do OMAD fasting is I fast 20 plus hours per day, eat one time per day. Okay, that's OMAD fasting. Fast about 20 hours per day, eat only one time per day. And I've been doing that without hunger. So I fast 20 plus hours per day with high energy and low hunger, being precise, no hunger. I don't feel hungry. So I've been thinking about possibly write a book, Mike's Guide to OMAD Fasting, or if I really feel kind, I can give it for free. I started writing a document on my laptop. We'll see if I make a book out of it, if I publish it for free on my website. I have a new Google site, a Google website. You can find the link on my community page. And all I've got to do now is make like the landing page. So there's nothing added to it other than like the home page. Now, OMAD fasting is superior, and most people benefit mentally and physically from eating the way that I do, rather than how I'm eating now. OMAD fasting beats high carb. I don't care. People go, well, what about athletes? I'm superior in my athleticism. I outshine pro combat athletes all the time, my public workouts. Or if I look at pro athletes like Tony Ferguson or Sugar Sean O'Malley, my public workouts beat theirs. I do high intensity cardio for long duration. I do bodybuilding exercising. I do all kinds of stuff. I maintain high mental physical performance while fasting. You do not need carbohydrates, even in these fringe examples of bodybuilding athletes of this. I have incredible cardio, stamina, endurance, explosive power. I lift weights, I exercise, whatever I do, I'm performing at a high level, and I don't eat. So this is me having fasted 30 hours, at least 30 hours at this point, without hunger, and I have extremely high energy. So the way that I do intermittent fasting and teach others, it's I do intermittent fasting without hunger, fast 20 hours per day, no hunger, and with high energy. So that's a higher way to live than a person eating all the time, and they're still not as energetic. And they have hunger every day despite eating sometimes, and they're gonna have minutes of hunger in between meals. I do intermittent fasting, eat 1 time per day, which is better for you than eating 3+ times in a high sugar diet without hunger. So it's like I don't find any downside. There's no downside to the intermittent fasting when I do it. Like, what's the loss? No loss, all gain. I have energy, I save money, save time, it's good for my health, mental, physical health, performance. I have more energy. Uh, I don't have hunger, I don't have low energy. It's nothing but gain the way that I do my fasting. So I maintain a ripped physique with a six-pack. Feels great to be a superior man. Mike's had the Superhuman Life podcast. Maybe we should get into it. So I'm ripped with a six-pack. Only 1 in 105,000 men have a six-pack. That's 0.004%, which puts me in the male fitness elite. And a big part of what it boils down to, my physique that's extraordinary, and my performance, mental, physical. It's basically like just living the way that I do that I can teach others, okay? So you don't have to eat all the time to have energy. And what keeps a lot of people from fasting is they think that, well, if you're fasting, you'll be tired and miserable and hungry all the time. No, I do intermittent fasting, I don't get hungry. I had to remind myself to eat a lot of times, like, oh, it's get towards the end, I gotta eat before I go to bed. I'm not joking. So high energy, no hunger, and it's nothing but gain the way I do. So I saw a video from Michelle from China, she's for the vegan diet and high carb, and her sugar daddy there. At least she got a guy's in good shape. It looks like she could be her dad, okay? And the she's for the high carb diet. So, and he goes, so do you have limit carbohydrates? No. Why? Because that's my fuel source. Okay, I need it for energy. Yeah, you need to eat carbohydrates for energy and mental physical performance. No, you don't. Everything that I do that you see me doing on YouTube is in a fasted state. It's very rare that I am on camera after breaking my fast. Meaning, when I break my fast and eat, shortly after I go to bed, I'm done YouTubing and I finish the day. So my omelet meal is headed towards the end of the day. And once I have my omelet meal, that's when I start producing content. And I get to, like, I've eaten, I go to bed on my phone or read the Bible, whatever I'm doing. So everything that you see me doing, training, exercising, teaching, whatever I'm doing, it's in a fasted state, 90%. All of my exercising you see on my YouTube channel, training, you can search my channel for training, is in a fasted state. So everything you see me do, athletically, training, exercising, is been in a fasted state. So you don't need carbohydrates for fuel. If you do intermittent fasting, I can teach a little bit on that. Intermittent fasting is an eating pattern where you train your body to switch from relying on carbohydrates for fuel to ketones, simply fat, okay? And fat is a more long-term fuel source, whereas carbohydrates is a short-term fuel source, which means you have to keep putting carbs into your body because people have the blood sugar that it's better for your health. It's superior in every way in intermittent fasting that I do. You get digestive rest, where it's not your body is constantly, for most people, digesting food, which is also consuming energy. You get digestive rest from doing intermittent fasting. Your body, when adapted to do intermittent fasting, keto, relies on burning ketones, fat, for fuel. And if you do intermittent fasting, your body becomes a fat burning machine. So fat is a longer term fuel source. Whereas if you eat carbohydrates, your blood sugar will fluctuate up and down, which is a risk factor for type 1, 2 diabetes. Whereas if you do intermittent fasting, you have smooth blood sugar and you have steady energy. So I do intermittent fasting, have boundless energy, fast more than 20 hours per day, and not a minute of hunger. That's possible. There's really no downsides. So the average American has a high body fat percentage, the average American pig. And there's an epidemic of obesity where most people are obese. It's not that only the fat is example, okay, the fat, okay, which is undeniable. The average person has a high body fat percentage than what is healthy. And the average person could do with losing weight. It would be better for their health, mental, physical. The reason they don't is because they lack the discipline, the strength of character to fast. Intermittent fast, I'm not going to lie to you and say it's easy to get into. It's hard to get into, but if you do it the right way, with my guidance, once you got into it, it's smooth sailing. I've been intermittent fasting for at least 5 years now. And I don't have hunger, it's not hard. It's easy. It was hard to get into, but it's easy to stay into. So intermittent fasting is hard to get into, but once you get into it, it's easy. I wouldn't recommend anybody to get into intermittent fasting without learning from me how to do it the right way. You'll hurt yourself if you do intermittent fasting without doing it the right way. There's few people that do intermittent fasting to begin with, but the very few people, I haven't seen any other person on YouTube or elsewhere doing it the right way. The average person doing intermittent fasting, they're taking damage from the way they're doing it. So, why is it hard to get into intermittent fasting? Because it takes time for your body to switch the engine, you could say. I used that analogy before. It's like you switch from gas into diesel or something, it's an electric engine. It takes some time for your body to adapt, to switch from relying on carbohydrates for fuel to ketones, fat. We're attached to fat reserves in your body. And it's not just like the fat that's stored in your body, but the fat that you had in your omelet meal yesterday. They're still like in circulation, they get like deposit on your body yet. It's like you have fat that is like in your body from yesterday's meal, and your body burns that slow and steady. And then whatever fat reserves that you have. So why is it hard to get into intermittent fasting? Because it takes time to adapt. It takes some time for your body to switch from burning carbohydrates for fuel to ketones. Secondly, sugar addiction, which most people are sugar addicts. Sugar is a drug, it's similar to cocaine. It's interesting how most Christians are drug addicts, addicted to food and sugar. And people don't think that they're addicted to sugar. Well, try stopping it for a few days and you get withdrawn, you know that you're addicted now. See? You check everything you eat to make sure there's no sugar in anything. You start having withdrawal. The average person is a sugar addict. Sugar dumps you down. It weakens you, makes you age faster, makes you uglier, weaker, sicker. So a big part of why it's hard for people to quit, to switch to intermittent fasting is because they're sugar addicts and the body will scream out for sugar. Now, here's the point. I can teach like nobody else how to do intermittent fasting the right way, how to get into it. I can teach people how to take the edge off the withdrawal, to make it easier to get into intermittent fasting. And any other addiction, by the way, too, I can teach you how to make it easy to quit, take the edge off the withdrawal if you quit something. So, proper supplementation is key to intermittent fasting. And keto intermittent is the key to improve mental, physical functioning and health. So, you're gonna feel bad going from eating several times a day, high sugar, high carb diet, switching to intermittent fasting. You're going to feel bad, okay? now I can teach how to feel less bad. So that's actually part of the benefits of getting intermittent fasting, that it will be hard because you will go as a person in your character by enjoying hardness, learning to enjoy hardness and sticking to something that's hard to do, which a lot of people have a big need to. So intermittent fasting, the benefit it being hard to get into is you will grow as a person from it. You will grow in your character, strength of character. You become a person that's stronger because you learn how to endure hardness, self-imposed. By choosing to start fasting, it will be hard, and you choose to stay fasting despite feeling hard. Now, I wouldn't recommend, as I said before, people to get into intermittent fasting without learning from me and taking my advice on how to do it. Most people have several vitamin deficiencies which will be exacerbated by getting into intermittent fasting if you don't supplement the right way. So nobody should be doing intermittent fasting without proper supplementation, a good supplement protocol. Also, with proper supplementation, you will take the edge off the sugar withdrawal that you will experience getting into intermittent fasting, and the stress that you will get from fasting initially, like hunger is going to induce stress. You can learn from me how to take the edge of the withdrawal with proper supplementation. So, since the truth is the truth, people go, Mike, you're always saying supplements. Yeah, because I found the truth, and the truth doesn't change. So supplements will always be the secret, no matter what something costs. Mike, I have allergy or asthma, can you help me improve? Yes, and supplements going to be part of what I teach you about. I have depression, it's going to be supplements going to be part of the solution. I have this mental health problem, anxiety, supplements going to be part of the solution. I have low energy, supplements going to be part of the solution. I have this problem, supplements going to be part of the solution. I want to slow down aging, I want to look better and feel better, supplements going to be part of the solution. I want to raise my testosterone, supplements going to be part of the solution. I have pain. If you have pain, you have inflammation. If inflammation goes down, pain goes down. Inflammation goes up, pain goes up. Supplements is always going to be part of the solution. I might actually write a book, Mike's Guide to Intermittent Fasting. And I started writing a document, text document on my desktop. And what I started doing was writing a one-size-fits-all super shake, because the right way to do intermittent fasting is the way that I do it. And since I'm going to teach an effective way to do intermittent fasting, which would help people, it's going to be done the right way and another right way. So I started writing a document on Mike's Guide to Intermittent Fasting, and it's going to be a super shake recipe and the gram portion also supplements. So the way to do intermittent fasting is to have a tripartite meal, which is how I do it. 1, main course cooked meal. 2, a super shake, and 3, a grand portion also supplements. So Mike's Guide to Intermittent Fasting is going to be a grand post wake up dose of supplements, not eating in the morning, fasting all day, getting vitamin C throughout the day, med meal towards the end of the day, with a super shake and a grand portion dose of supplements. So don't listen to the system shilling for the high carb sugar diet, because the deep state want the masses weak. The deep state Illuminati have gathered the masses eating sugar. They want the mass on high sugar. I've decoded, because I'm the one that can see me in the matrix. I've seen the hit truth in plain view, where they tell themselves, no California movie decode, Mike's movie decode, no California movie decoder. Enter Shigur, no California movie, symbolizes the deep state and their silent killer, silent weapon, sugar. The deep state had the mass eating high sugar diet. Sugar leads to cavities, and leads to root canals that can become infected and can lead to heart attacks and strokes. Ties into my decode Quentin Tarantino, Django Unchained. Mr. Kennedy, who's a slave owner, symbolizes the deep state once again. White cake, working to get sugar into people's bodies in the process of being a slave owner. What Mr. Candy, see, that's his identity, last name Candy, white cake, everybody. And what is the protagonist? Rides into town on a dental cart. Sugar leads to cavities. See? So the antagonist, bad guy in the movie, he's a guy who's worked to enslave the masses, keep them where he wants them. And he's intimately connected to sugar, which I've been telling you. The deep state wants the masses eating sugar. It's a control mechanism and a weapon used to control the masses. Like in the Matrix, want to keep people asleep and slaves in the Matrix system. So Mr. Candy, this one makes me dangerous to the deep state, being like me in the Matrix for real, the guy in the daily movie that can see the truth in the plain view, beneath the surface level. So my No California movie ties in Decode, and there's nobody else doing it. It's like they had to work hard to sabotage and would have gone viral and be like rich and famous by now long ago. Based on any of these things I can do as well as I do them alone, especially all things combined. One of these things would have hit off if it wasn't for the shadow banning and sabotage and working to sabotage what I'm doing. Now still, despite the best efforts, I will have success. I'm having success and I will have more. Just it takes a lot more work and more time than it would in an organic system that's purely meritocratic. We don't live in a meritocracy, a competence-based hierarchy with the best rise to the top. We live in an evilarchy where people who submit are more narcissistic than others. They're willing to compromise with evil, are allowed to prosper and made to prosper. And a big part of the people you see that have success, they have success because the competition is being held back, cheating basically, and because they're being promoted. Okay, where it's like Brandon Holt's Christian sellout, deep state puppet YouTube channel. It's like we have another seal worker to boost. So hey, Brandon had this guy on as a guest, so he reached more people to make it go. This is how it works. Anyways, the point. I've seen a channel Collective Learning. None of them compared to me. It's like these people that have gone like to really huge numbers based off of doing a tenth of a good of a job as I've done decoding whole movies. Just based on that alone. So I made a unique decode, No Country for Old Men movie, Mike's decode, and the hidden preview truth is Anton Chigurh represents the satanic deep state power elites, the Illuminati basically, the psychopathic serial killer power elites that killed thousands of people on 9/11 and thousands and thousands of people in the following wars, problem-action solution chain. It's like, let's have 9/11 as a crisis, use the crisis, control the reaction to get a war. See? So they are the satanic serial killer power elites. They kill thousands of people. This event later on, they killed serial killers, psychopathic. The deep state psychopathic Illuminati are psychopathic serial killers. Why? Because they are psychopathic, and there's been a series of killings by them, and they use solid weapons. See? So the No Country for Old Men movie decode summarized in brief. Anton Chigurh symbolizes the satanic deep state power elites, the psychopathic serial killer power elites. He also symbolizes, is a figure, he represents the substance sugar, literally, which is one of the favorite silent killers that they use to control the masses. A lot of people are dying as a result. So sugar makes you fat, it weakens you, it makes you have health problems. Sugar also causes cavities, which leads to root canals procedures, and root canals can become infected, leading to heart attacks and strokes. See? So less sugar, less cavities, less root canals, less effective root canals, less deaths here in America, and more people make it to 100 years old in America. So, breaking down the movie, we got one that can see, who need the Matrix, can see the core of the Matrix system. That's how I'm being persecuted, because I'm dangerous to the deep state. Somebody can see the truth. Notice how I'm like the David guy in the Daily movie, for real. Whereas I got the work to back it up. A guy who can see beneath the surface level in pop culture in this world. Like, here's what you see. Oh, it's a movie about a bad guy and a good guy. Whereas Mike Sal sees it. It's like, no, it's the hidden message beneath the surface level. Anti-sugar symbolizes deep state and sugar. See? So, from decoding the matrix system, what I've seen is confirmed in pop culture, because part of the deep state agenda and modus operandi, how they operate, is to hide in plain view what they're doing. And here's something that I've discovered. If the deep state, like a threesome, is doing something currently, or major destructive consequence, aka negative impact, or they are planning to do something in the future, or major destructive consequence, major negative impact, they will hide it in plain view. See, before they did 9/11, they were hinting at it in pop culture. Before the pandemic, before they pulled that off, they were hinting at it in pop culture. And I can show you numerous examples of that, some of which I've discovered myself in Neat Finds. Luke Fiasco worship said video last episode. I've found several instances of foreshadow pandemic by the deep state before they pulled it off. So, even Resident Evil, lab leak. That's one of these. For years I've been talking about this. Where another instance of foreshadow pandemic by the deep state is the Resident Evil movie, where one of the Resident Evil movies, they show an underground lab doing viral research, and it's a lab leak literally, where it's like a lab worker that has a vial with a double helix one with a blue virus in it. So over the shoulder, it crashes and leaks out, and it causes mutations, Omicron, Delta, see, new variant, mutations, see. Part and parcel with media reporting on the COVID was like mutations, new variant, it's mutating, positive, do you understand? So T-virus, the Resident Evil movie, leaked out of a lab, okay? And I was saying this before even like Reuters uploaded. I was on my video saying this, okay? Lab leak. I saw it foreshadowed too. And it's like even Reuters, I mean, it's like, yeah, watch the FBI, CIA look into the lab leak, see or something like this. See? So, Resident Evil, one is a foreshadow pandemic, Resident Evil, where they show it to you. And this is what the average matrix system slave is blind to. And the same people that had the power to unplug with the truth will fight to defend the system a lot of times. Because this is how it works. So let's kind of finish that part of this little branch sidebar. Might having seen and can show you foreshadowing of the pandemic and Hollywood movies, pop culture generally. Instances, multiple instances which I have discovered, foreshadowing of the pandemic. What is foreshadowing? Well, first of all, basic truths, fundamental truths you have to get, foundational knowledge. The satanic deep state Leonardo that controls you from behind the scenes have a MO, a mode of operation, modus operandi, that if they're gonna do something major, they will hint at it in pop culture. If they are doing something currently that's major, or major negative consequence, major destructive impact, they will hide it and you tell themselves suddenly. And people like me with eyes that can see, God, what I can see, and not being persecuted and talking about a deep state, like in the Matrix or the guy in the They Live movie, saying, God, I can see the truth. And if there's anybody can make a case, I'm like in the Matrix. Yeah, I can see the truth, I can unplug people. And also, I know Kung Fu, I know Muay Thai, boxing, stick fighting, knife fighting, gun fighting, because I prayed to God after becoming a Christian, woke up on the Matrix to get better at fighting, and I've learned all these martial arts systems, self-trained, self-taught. And I can outshine some pros in my hand speed, punching power, and I think so it is. And also, it's being persecuted and everything else. So, let's run back, finish that. So fundamental truth, you have to get a fundamental knowledge, a base of knowledge to be able to acquire this other knowledge I'm going to be teaching you. The deep state have an MO where their first person is going to get blocked. I don't like narcissistic, and a lot of people show up in my chat on Matrix System Agents, cyberstalkers. They show up here to push my buttons, provoke me, irk me, and try to distract what I'm doing and sabotage my content by getting it to crash out and push my buttons. Narcissistic always use tactics. And one thing that I've said repeatedly, and I'm not going back on, is people show up leaving comments and I can tell they didn't click the like button. That's a form of abuse in of itself. That's narcissism, low level. I'm here to get something. I want to get responses, attention. I want to talk to you, but I'm not going to give a like. I'm not going to reciprocate at low level. I'm here to get something out of you, engagement, talk to you, answers to my questions. and but I'm not gonna hit the like button on your video. And you think I'm gonna set it for breadcrumbs, like somebody shows up, I can tell you didn't hit the like button, you want to talk to me, and you think you're gonna not get blocked, okay? You anonymous coward. Go back being a beta with a bitch tit. A bitch tit and a beer belly, low IQ, and low testosterone, okay? And a fucking loser. Go back to being a fucking filthy loser that's got nothing going for yourself. And just being in the sidelines, hating on a window here. An alpha. Okay, go fuck yourself. That's the point. The deep state, satanic power elites have an MO of hiding plain view what they're doing to you. And as usual, I could have made money publishing books and making this like pro. It's like Collective Learning makes DVDs here. You have to pay money to see his decodes, and they're not gonna do the comparison. But as usual, it's like I produce higher quality content for free than the competition. That's like a tenth of high quality at the same quality for money. See? So, anyways, the point. My decode of the pandemic. So, first of all, being a person can see the truth in plain view, and the reason they show up is to sabotage my videos, to trigger me, to push my buttons. They know I hate when people show up by their comments. I click like button. Let's send some people in there to right now to sabotage, because getting into topics is dangerous to make existence. Sending a little cyber stalker just to push his buttons and be subtle. This is how they operate. Now they're powerless, they can't stop, they understand. So here's the point. And there's gonna be a point, critical mass where it's too late for them to try to stop it from blowing up. There's gonna be a critical mass where enough people see my videos, numbers game. I made content already, I look good enough, do good enough, have enough value, where it's just a game of like get enough people to find the content and watch the videos, and it'd be impossible for them to like get the cat into the bag again. Do you understand? The type of quality I do, the interesting, like teaching people how to raise their testosterone, women how to be more beautiful, teaching people how to live longer, longevity secrets, teaching like hidden plain view trees, decoding whole moves that nobody else has done before, showing you actual truths in there. It's like there's gonna be a point where it's like enough people see it, and it's like it's gonna take off, understand? So they had to work to limit my views, because once enough people have seen the videos, it's gonna be too late. So here's the point. The pandemic was foreshadowed, and I give you some instance of that. And remember why? Because the deep state that control this world, including Hollywood, mainstream media, politics, everything else, they have a MO that if they're gonna do something major, they will hide in plain view. If they are doing something currently major, they will hide in plain view. Which is why I can show you multiple instances of this kind of foreshadowed pandemic. So the pandemic was foreshadowed. What happened? What is a lab leak? Okay, a virus causing mutations, Omicron, Delta, new variant. What is that? A new variant of something that currently existed. So it'd be a mutation. T virus, foreshadowing. Not instant foreshadowed pandemic before it happened. The pandemic was foreshadowed before they made it happen, as usual, like they did with 9/11. They foreshadowed 9/11 attacks they had planned before they did it. So the pandemic was foreshadowed in Resident Evil, where it starts, there's an underground lab, and they're conducting genetic gain of function research, where they're working to make a virus more effective. And a lot of people are so retarded out there, like little children. That's great. In my life, I feel like I'm the guy in the Idiocracy movie. That's what my life experience like, where I have 140 plus IQ, and the average person has what's the average IQ? Sub 95 or something like this. Okay, so it's like the difference between me and the average person is like the same difference between like an adult and like a 12-year-old. So I feel like me compared to you, most people, it's like the difference between an adult and a 12-year-old. Do you understand? So you're like a 12-year-old to me, and unfortunately, in terms of emotional maturity, lack of as well. So here's the point. IQ and testosterone levels. Difference between me and the average guy is like the same difference between a 4-year-old man and like a 12-year-old boy. In terms of IQ, maturity, knowledge, consequential competence, knowledge, skills, maturity, things it is. So here's the point. What eat my lollipop in high sugar? I eat your vegetables, eat healthy. No, I want lollipop and sweet. Everything has to be sweet. That's another thing. Everything has to be sweet. So for somebody like me, that is just looking for the healthiest option, It's hard to find a protein bar that's not Sweden because what the masses want is something sweet like a baby. Everything has to taste well and be sweet and sugary. Everything has to be tasty and sweet. So like if I'm looking for protein powder or creatine, it takes a long time to find it because most of them have sweeteners and this and that in it. And it has to have some cute color and taste sweet. See, creatine, no, it's that most of them have sweetener in it, chemical sweetener, aspartame to tame the snake. See, aspartame, monosodium glutamate, E61, MSG. I know what they don't want to tell you. Okay, I know what they don't want to tell you. So I picked the world up and I'm gonna drop her in the fucking head. I could die now, be burnt, motherfucker. Hop up in my spaceship and leave Earth, motherfucker. I'm gone. E61, monosodium glutamate, aspartame, SSFMK, so on and so forth. Chemical sweets are bad for you. Sugar is bad for you. Less of two evils. Systematically less of two evils all the time. This bad puppet or this little bit worse puppet. Okay. So, the pandemic was foreshadowed in Resident Evil. When they show you a lab leak, they have a genetic lab, underground lab, where they conducted genetic research, gain of function basically. We have this virus working to make it more effective and get it to do what we wanted to do, the T virus. The virus escapes out of the lab, leaks out of the lab, causes mutations and affects people. See, that's foreshadowing the pandemic, the viral crisis. Another instance that I discovered was one of my favorite series, Lost, previously on Lost. Desmond in the Hatch. I found it on that in the mental archives. I called the Desmond in the Hatch episode, where Desmond is introduced as a character in the Lost series. And the themes are there. A lot of people fail to understand. It's like the key of understanding. Thematic, okay? You have to be able to comprehend thematic truths, where this thing can symbolize this, and like almost truth, see? So, for example, in the Daily movie, a man like me, who's a target of the deep state, is targeted with a conspiracy where he gets persecuted, like me with the gangs. That's part of the target when I go to the supermarket. There's going to be a group of people that are agents flying my convenience for the deep state that are in more communication with the handler, and they have a job to do sudden narcissistic dogs abuse attacks in there, make me feel harassed. In the movies, like Gavin, I can see, and he says that I guess he's saying that he's seeing reptiles over this. No, you fucking retards. So the decoding of the they live supermarket reptiles is they are conduits through which narcissistic abuse flows, narcissistic psychopathic abuse. So when I go to the supermarket, I find monkeys in there and target me. They are a narcissistic abuser, which means they're like a faucet that psychopathic narcissistic behavior flows through, and you're seeing a reptilian. So a psychopath is reptilian in nature, like a cold-blooded reptile who's predatory, opportunistic, looking for a victim to prey upon, see? And they're cold-blooded where they lack remorse and a guilty conscience for abusing and hurting people. So that's the decode on the Daily Movie, like nobody else have done it. So that is the truth. It applies to gang psychopath widows. And that's the truth of the reptiles. It's the psychopathic predator primates that are similar, reminiscent of a alligator or something like this. That's in the water hole, opportunistically waiting for something vulnerable to pounce on, get it, kill it, and they don't have guilty conscience to go to bed. So it's like most people are like little children compared to me mentally. So it's like even when I put in the effort, brain dead, and zombified. I'm not interested. It means you're fucking toxic. A sane, healthy person would be interested in this. They'd be like, tell me more on this, that. They'd be all ears. I'm a fucking brainwashed matrix system said that deserves everything the deep state is doing to me. And I got brain damage. And I'm gonna die of cancer before I'm 50. Or heart attack or stroke. So I'm gonna be fat and ugly and low ended and never grow up. That's fucking what you deserve. Because God has made sure there's people like me out here for years helping you. And you just don't care. And you attack me. See? But you attack me for working hard to help you. Okay? So you deserve what you're getting. You deserve what you're getting. And you're participating in your own destruction. So, thankfully, at this stage of the game, the deep state agendas require the complicity, like the public being complicit in all destruction. Meaning, when I make videos teaching you how fucking retarded you are, you will put on this lotion, do what it's told. When you buy the fucking poison shampoo that you want to use, it's not that they force you to. It's just brainwash you like a fucking retarded goof. And you end up doing what they want to do. We want the masses weak, men having low T, people being mentally weak. So let's get them eating high sugar diet, keep them off the vitamin C, maintain vitamin C deficiencies in the public, high sugar diet, vitamin C scurvy brains, I call it, diagnosis of the masses, vitamin C scurvy brains. And have them having multiple, like chronic toxic chemical exposures while being deficient in the chief antioxidant vitamin C. Okay, and you'll have the desired outcome. The masses being walk around in a haze and okay, easy to control and see. So the good news is that at this stage of the game, it's not that it's like it's mandated. It's like you have to buy this shampoo and use this much of every day on the skin. It's people have been deceived into doing it, buying it themselves, choosing to buy it, choosing to get in the shower and put it over their body every day. See? It's not that they're forcing you to get a sugar vaccine every day or something like this. It's your choice to go to the supermarket and buy sugary stuff and then choosing to put it in the body. They're marketing software to you, which what they wanted to use, because it always hit the stuff and it's a chemical toxin. But they're not forcing you to. See? So the good and the bad is the masses are so fucked up that they live their life without being forced to. Like if somebody eats dog shit at gunpoint, I wouldn't be like, well, what a piece of shit. Do you understand? It's not that walkable. It's like the Illuminati sense like as a person with a gun, like eat dog poop. It'd be like the choice is eat dog poo, get shot. It's like the guy eat dog poo. But it's like if the guy is like going to the supermarket where they have dog poo, it's like over here I could buy dog poo and he eats it. And it's not a gunpoint, so it's worse, okay? Now the good news is since you're not being forced, it's not lawful, it's not legislated, you're not legally bound to consume X amount of sugar, 10 plus grams per day, or go to prison. You're not forced to use salt in the washing machine. You're not forced to use the shampoo that you want to use. It's not illegal to megadose vitamins, okay? Megadose as opposed to microdose, meaning getting enough. So, yeah, so it's fun. Here's how I would, if the guy was Mike, you're in court, you went to a strip club, and you looked at women there. Section 30, double D, asked and answered, stop harassing me. Okay. Objective form. Section 30, double D, DD. Okay. Asked and answered, objective form, stop harassing me. So here's the point. My point is this. Cut to the chase here. The deep state foreshadowed the pandemic, and I can show you multiple instances. Save a little bit for the future videos of the books. There's the point. Resident Evil foreshadowed pandemic. Lab leak. Lost, but the episode introduced Desmond in the hatch. I found another instance of foreshadowed pandemic, where years back, they were hinting at the coming pandemic that they had planned. And what are they showing you? They're showing you the viral crisis and the government responses. So Desmond is a person who stays home, socially isolates, and if he goes outside, he wears an N95 respirator mask and a full hazmat suit, which is the same thing I saw like the first month of COVID. They would have in some countries people in hazmat suits with like the science grade lab masks going like spray public surfaces, things like this, and like trains and like the rollers on the escalation, all the things. So Desmond is a man that stays home in isolation when it's introduced, he's been told by authority, like his boss, which would be like the prime minister, the media, Fauci, whoever, stay home this month. There's something in the air outside to make you sick if you go outside. If he goes outside to collect like a crate of resupplies that got airdropped, paradropped, he wears an N95 respirator mask and a full hazmat suit. And he's like, there's something in the air, it's dangerous to be outside. So he stays home, self-isolates because it's already told him to by power. He vaccinates himself. He knows all the themes. He vaccinates himself. He's got like part of it, it's like this episode where he gets introduced. And he starts with his morning routine, he does pull-ups, exercise, he makes a shake, he then goes and injects himself with a vaccine. And it's got vials, so it's not just one vaccine. The theme is several vaccinations. Vaccine booster, okay. So he gets a vaccine consistently. If he goes outside, so social isolation, staying home due to something dangerous in the air, wears a mask, he goes outside, vaccinates himself several times, not just once. See, so the themes are there for the pandemic. Another instance is the music video by Luke Fiasco, Words Never Said. That's another instance of foreshadowing I discovered of the pandemic. That is also foreshadowing the pandemic. The Luke Fiasco, Words Never Said. Part of what makes me dangerous is because I have a powerful brain, a high IQ. Common calling with a high IQ is good recall, where I can sit here and teach and pattern recognition. Common calling with a high IQ is good recall and pattern recognition ability, which is what you're seeing here, which why I can make videos like this and make me dangerous to the deep state. Because I'm accessing from memory all these videos and clips and music videos and things that I've seen, algorithms I've read, and facts about sugar and testosterone and hygiene on clean products. And I've had pattern recognition to be able to piece it together, and I can recall from memory and teach it like this, which is part of what makes me dangerous to them. And they're not meant to be like this. Most people are never going to be like this, but they want it to be as far from this as possible. Okay. So I'm the one curvy knee haver. I'm the one knee cure. Okay, the knee cure. I used to have a bad knee, and I figured out a knee cure. I'm a bad knee cure expert. So I'm the one knee cure expert in 10,000. Okay, they went off the plantation when it was limping with a bad knee, and I figured out a cure for it. Okay. So anyway, it's important. So it's important. Now to the next thing, sugar, deep state sugar agenda. Case in point, takeaway. The deep state want the mass eating high sugar diet. The deep state want the mass eating high sugar diet. Why? Because it makes it easy to control. It dumps you down. Okay, it dumps you down. So the No Country for Old Men movie Decode and my Django Unchained movie Decode, Quentin Tarantino movie, they both dovetail together. So I told you, the Hidden Planet is my Decode No Country for Old Men movie. It deals with the deep state sugar agenda. The deep state psychopathic circular power leads use sugar as a sound weapon, which is how I kill it. And they use that to control the massive visibility, being fat, become healthy, getting heart attacks and strokes and everything else. That ties in with my Django Unchained vehicle, where just as Shigur, Anton Shigur, in the No Country for Old Men movie, symbolizes the deep state power leads, so does Leonardo DiCaprio's character, Mr. Candy, in the Django Unchained movie. And these two decodes dovetail together, deal with the same agendas. Hidden in plain view. Hidden to most people, irrepressible to me. Here's a point. Remember I told you, Anton Shigur symbolizes the deep state power leads that are using sugar to control you, and a lot of people are dying as a result. Sugar kills. It is a sound weapon. In the same way, Leonardo DiCaprio's character in the Django Unchained movie also symbolizes the deep state power leads. They are like slave owners who work to keep the mass on the plantation under their control with the substance sugar, because that makes it easier to keep you enslaved and keep control of you. Like a slave owner wants to keep the masses under control, the slave on the farm want to keep under control. And I told you, sugar is a major weapon that they use to control the masses, keep them weak mentally, and easily controllable. And a lot of people are dying as a result. Get them a high sugar diet makes it easy to control, and a lot of people are dying as a result. Mr. Candy is his name, the slave owner. And part of the scene is recall recognition. Mr. Candy, white cake, in the process of him being who he is, a slave owner works with slaves. In the process of buying and selling slaves, which is a slave owner, the business of slave ownership, he offers white cake, see, which is a deep state with the marketing, offering, tempting, not forcing, but it's like, yeah, the slaves here. He's a guy who's got slaves. See, there's what to control. And his name is Candy, Mr. Candy. And he offers people white cake. White cake, anybody? And then one guy goes, no thank you, I don't go in for treats. See? And that's a protagonist who's there to liberate the oppressed liberator, to set the captives free. He's there to liberate the people. And who is he? He rides into town on a buggy with a tooth on it, a dental cart. Problem solution. Antagonist, protagonist. The bad guy, slave owner, sugar, cake. Mr. Candy, cake, slave owner. The guy who's there to liberate slaves, set them free. It's like problem of sugar causes cavities, tooth infections, which lead to root canals that can become infected and kill people. And he's got a dental buggy, which means he's riding a dentist car, see? Which like sugar causes tooth problems, solution of tooth problems is a dentist. Now modern dentists advanced to the reader, which means you're better off not showing up in a dental chair with a tooth infection and needing to get a root canal. Then they will not become infected later on. It can cause heart attacks and strokes. So I wonder how many Blue Bible Church listeners have gotten a root canal the last 6 years. And I've been out here warning people about tooth infections. And I guess they never told them. And if they ever get to watch a Tom Lee video of root canal, they'll be like, wow, Mike has been teaching this, but because I was used to do the Bible Church where I think, oh, and the woods, they never told me about this. And I got a root canal now. I got a tooth infection. I wouldn't have had this part, I would have listened to Mike. So anyway, here's the point. The deep state want the masses easy to control, so they got to be in a high sugar diet. And they had it in that plain view. Don't come in with your filthy pig, narcissistic, flying monkey mouse abusing in the chat and act surprised. Okay. Filthy cowards. We're filthy little cowards. How many? None of these people are fucking with me in the flesh, understand? I've seen the shiver and get scared anytime I push. Anytime I stand up on the flying monkeys in real life, they act sharp and have been told that will never happen to them. Okay. But like all night, they act real tough to flying monkeys. Like, oh, why were you bullying you? While hiding by enemy, but like cowards. Okay. But in real life, by the time I've confronted one of these purposes, like they act scared. I don't police department. The previous kid getting stabbed at the job to come clean with me because I have autism. They started talking with narcissistic abuse tactics. And once I started whispering about it, they do what's called Dornville, where they paint me as a woman. Oh, this guy's paranoid and crazy. He thinks we're doing bad things to him. And hide behind a whole SWAT team or something like this. Before that, they were acting like self-assured, like they're in charge. Ha ha ha, bless your soul. They didn't feel like they were that in charge anymore when the victims started standing up to them. And now they're hiding behind the whole Swedish police force. And they're, oh, we're scared of him. We're getting him to sign for, okay? But up until that point, in like reaction to their abuse, they were acting like they're like, I'm nothing to worry about, and they feel comfortable in messing with me. But it's like once I started pushing back, it's like, oh, okay. So it's like calling their bluff. It's not a secret I want you to know. It's not a secret I want you to know. The deep state control most likely your pastor. It's not a pastor's Christian ministry store puppet, deep state puppets Andy Woods is one of them. I give you a few examples. Raphael Gawn is not a deep state puppet pastor. Dula Bible Church is not a deep state control church. So the deep state have captured a lot of pastors because the deep state want to control everybody. If you want to control Muslims, you try to control Muslim imams. If you want to control vegans, you control vegan influencers, the bigger ones especially on YouTube. If you want to control people into health fitness, you control health fitness influencers. If you want to control Christians, you control pastors. That's how it works. The Bible Church is one of these deep state control churches. Puppet pastors, real puppet pastors. Raphael Gawn too, and Andy Woods, Brandon Holthouse, and Brandon Holmes. And it's interesting how you never heard them teach something like this. They must have worked with the deep state. Okay? That they're not like really exposed to the deep state agendas of how you're being poisoned, why you're so sick and tired, and everything else. Apparently, you don't need to eat carbohydrates to have energy. Yeah, so I'm a contribution toward the video. I'm like needing the Matrix movie, and I'm told about the system for being dangerous to them. Having woken up, being able to see the truth, and being dangerous to them in all kinds of ways. So I get told about the system. Like the guy in the Daily movie. I'm the target of a secret persecution program that they have. Called the gang stalk. I told them that's what it's called, like colloquially. I'm a target individual, a target gang stalk, a target videos. And I have been for more than a decade. Yet I am a strong, fit, healthy, and more energetic and capable of the average person. Beware of the narcissistic sellout, Raphael Gawn. Raphael Gawn is one of these puppet pastors. Narcissistic abuse. And the deep state control quite a lot of these pastors. And here's another thing. It seems to me that the deep state like to recruit narcissists. That's who they get to be puppets. Meaning, which is not really logical, that they're hard to believe, but looking at a sample group of people that I've seen target me, which shows that they are puppets. I'm a target individual, I'm a target of the system, which means people that are part of that system, on the payroll, on that side, they'll be used to target me. And it's a pattern that pastors, the more narcissistic they are, the more likely they are to be like picked. So the deep state picks narcissists to be pastors. And the behavior shows the root. Raphael Gawn, highly narcissistic, and he's one of these puppet pastors that talk with narcissists always be searches in videos. Because I'm a target of the system. So, beware Raphael Gawn, he's a narcissistic abuser and a sellout, deep state puppet sellout. Search They Live the Sellout, and you get to see about Raphael Gawn. That's really just like a type. There's types and anti-types, and what I mean is the directly literal meaning of the word. There's a type and there's an anti-type, the exact opposite. See? So, it's like Satan and Jesus. See, there's a type, a savior, and an anti-type, the opposite of a savior. See, the thief come up to kill, steal, destroy, and condemn my life and abundantly. So, Raphael Gawn is one of these puppet sellouts, the They Live sellout, and I'm like me in the Matrix or the They Live guy with the glass stick. See, that's who I am in real life. I'm like me in the Matrix or the guy in the They Live movie, and these movies deal with reality. Now that doesn't mean that I say I'm in the Matrix, that means I'm dodging bullets and these agents that are morphing and flying through walls, and this a hologram or something like this. No, the truth is the Matrix movie is referencing reality, where there is a system. The Matrix is a system of lies. This world system is a system of lies, and it's agents that work for the system that go after people that have woken up. So I'm much like Neo, the defendant being Christ, a new creature. I've done a decon on the movie too, the Matrix movie. The hidden plain truth on the Matrix movie is Neo is a Christian. Therefore, if any man being Christ, what does it say? This step by step I can teach them. The hidden in plain view truth Matrix movie. This like Christianity, hidden in plain view. Another book I could write. Mike's Christian theology hidden in secular works of fiction or something like this. So okay, what is the point? Who is Neo? He's a man who starts out being blinded, in whom the God of this world has blinded the minds and they believe not. See, the Matrix is system, the world system, in whom the God of this world has blinded the minds and they believe not. At the same time, those are the gods are shining them. They should be covered, I should heal them. Now, what happens? Neo is a seeker, which the Bible teaches people who seek the truth find it. Neo he starts out being Mr. Anderson, which deals with his Adamic nature, born in with this social security number, this country, living in this world, see, and he's a child of Satan, a lost person. He's blind, he's sleeping in the matrix. What the Bible teaches, lost people are blind, walk after pace of power of the spirit, not working with disobedience. He starts seeking the truth. And in response to positive religion, him seeking the truth, there's people coming to him, Trinity. He starts seeking the truth says, I want the truth. Father White Rabbit, the lights are going out towards the end of the earth. So he has people come to his door, which symbolizes like soul winners that knock his door. He gets invited to a nightclub, which could be symbolizing a church, where he is introduced to the Trinity. God the Father, God the Son, God the Holy Spirit, the Christian Godhead, the Trinity. See, he starts seeking, Mr. Anderson. In response to seeking, he gets truth delivered to him. He gets introduced to the Trinity. Later on, he meets a man called Morpheus. And that scene, the red pill scene, it's a gospel hearing. The red pill symbolizes the blood atonement, where you have a choice at the Holy Spirit illuminations. They're showing you, here's the decode, Morpheus and Neo, they're showing you a gospel hearing, Holy Spirit illumination, where he gets shown the truth and he has a choice, the red pill or the blue pill. The red pill symbolizes faith in the blood of Christ, the blood atonement. This is decoding the truth in plain view. I don't know why other Christians don't have this experience living this world. I guess they lack the discernment. Okay, and they're listening to blind leaders for the blind. They haven't taught them some things that can help them to be able to see things like this. So he gets a gospel hearing. He chooses the red pill, facing the blood atonement. And now he's a new creature. He's later on, first started with Mr. Anderson, becomes Neo. See, gospel hearing, seeking the truth, gets the gospel, chooses to believe the gospel, the blood atonement. Now he's a new creature. Neo. The word neo, neo-feudalism, neo-Nazism, neo-con, neo-conservative. The word neo, for another word, means new, okay? Which is a reference to, therefore, if anyone being Christ is a new creature. All things, behold, all things have become new. So, that's another. Notice how I am, like, oh, it's easy to say. There's a lot of fakes, system shits like Andrew Tate with his CIA father, with a Freemason checker piece, see? All the words at stage. Where hit the house, Andrew Tate's a CIA fucking shit too, okay? Where his house is like but like his seal logo is like a chess piece, okay? And it's like this type of stuff that I can see people are blind to, where they're playing games on people like mocking the victim. A lot of that. It was like, let's have black pieces on the Freemason checkerboard world stage. Andrew Tate is playing for us. He's a piece being played. So let's show him wearing all black and other people in all black piece on the checkerboard, walking together downstairs, okay? And then have the check attack. Do you understand? And another thing,
It's like, oh, and Greta Thunberg, Andrew Tate tweeted referred, I have 33 Freemason, colon code, 33 Master Mason, 33 Freemasonry. Let's say I have 33 gas guzzling cards. World stage, Andrew Tate, black, piece on the board. 33. I have 33. I'm in the Matrix, okay? No, you're not. It's like you look like a joke compared to the real DLC. I'm in the Matrix. I'm here to unplug people. Will to be rich, young man. But they will be rich for to snare. Many deceitful, hurtful, lust, which young men instruction perdition. So his message boils down to, and she'll support each other. Tucker Carlson, yeah, I like Andrew Tate. He's a great guy. His message boils down to be a man or something like this. No, no, no. His message boils down to will to be rich and be a lewd fellow that plays a sword, like a brute beast. See, lust, women, be lascivious, and will to be rich. Like the solution to break free from it's very unsexy. See, what I do is like I'm in the matrix to look at what I do after making that claim. Seeing the truth hidden plain view, watching whole music, breaking it down, the code in the matrix system. I can see what the code says, here's what it means, deciphering it. Self-trained martial artist, fast and everything. So wow, this is the real deal. Whereas the editor's like, yeah, I'm in the matrix. Okay, I'm in the matrix. Here's the solution to the matrix system. Get rich and be like an alpha that sleeps around, have sex with women. And you look at his life, drugs, sex, being involved in porn production, which I put a problem. Okay, like the low frequency vibration type of stuff, like reptilian brain, procreation, drugs, sex, Ferraris. It's like superficial, shallow, which is exactly where they want people in the rat race. Be like material possessions, objects. It's like next hit of dopamine from food, from sex, from uh, something like this. And it's like the solution to the matrix system is like, yeah, join my Discord cult, $50 a month, so you can learn how to do Amazon dropship trading or something like this, and learn like this and that stuff. Okay, so here's another thing that's hard for people to grasp. That he's one of these people that's a counterfeit to me. Another one is Mike Israel. If you're a powerful person like I am, like a historical person, history's always changed by powerful individuals, unique, extraordinary individuals that are above baseline. If you're important enough, powerful enough, and here's how they got a lot of you retarded idiots out there. Well, you're not big and famous, you're not important enough. If you're big and famous, you never get important enough. Stop thinking we live in a meritocratic system. It was like the Illuminati, like a sleeper. We're like, oh, this guy popped up and made it to a million subs on YouTube. We didn't see him coming. Now it's too late to shut him down. No, it's like they spy on everybody. Though, like this guy has the capacity to become a problem. Keep an eye on, make sure he doesn't get to big of a platform. See? So, uh, the deep state want you. The deep state want you easy to control. That's why they have eating high sugar diet. That's why they got your vitamin C deficient. And that's why they constantly work to plot on me and play games and work to discredit me and work to paint me as a pedophile. That's another one of the things. I just think I gotta be afraid of that. Like I know that they work to make me look like a pedophile because I'm a total individual. Since I'm not a pedophile, I had to work to make me appear to be a threat to children because that's one of the favorite propaganda things the deep state used to target minority groups and individuals. They're bad for children, okay? Which is why they send cyberstars to my channel with fake kid accounts. Because I'm not a pedophile, I hate doing pedophilic shit or want to hurt children. So if you want people to think that we gotta work to make it look like that. Be like, let's make accounts that are like fake kid accounts show up in Mike's chat to make it look like, oh look, Mike has kids show up where he is. Okay? Do you understand? It's like, oh, we send kid accounts to Mike's channel. That makes him a pedophile. People unsolicited come to his channel claiming to be kids. That makes him a pedophile. We show up where he is. Like, here's our kids or something like this. Mike's a pedophile because we send pictures of children to him that he doesn't want, okay? He's a pedophile, okay? Doesn't make any logical sense. Oh, look, send some pictures of Mike, a kid, on it. He's a pedophile because we sent pictures to him of a kid or something like this. I'm not talking about naked, but it's the type of dirty stuff they do. Where it's like they make accounts where it's like face value does not indicate a child. show up in my chat. Hello, okay. And they hope I'd be like, oh, he's a gang stalker because he's doing something subtle. And I go, it's like, screw you for this. And they have, uh, on the channel, they have like videos of a child jumping on a trampoline. So they baited me to be like, maybe someone comes to give me a compliment, hey, you're handsome, thank you, okay. Be like, oh, Mike is flirting with kids. Or if they like have a mob of cyberstalkers show up, and some of them have accounts that if you go to the account, you can, oh, it looks like it might be a child on the channel. So they're hoping I'll be like triggered, be like, screw you, wouldn't say that to my face or find this kind of aggressive. But Mike is aggressive to children, stares to kids. The truth fears no lies, understand? So it's like, I'm going to keep talking about it. So part of how they work to perception match viewers, people, is they need people to think that I'm bad. See, I'm bad for children. To tap like the reptilian brain stuff. The deep state loved that. If the deep state wanted to uh, get you to accept like UAV surveillance drone hovering above every town square in this world, it'd be like for the children. Because children get escaped sometimes abducted. We need to have UV drones to keep children safe. See, that's how they love to use that. So I'm aware that if you're talking video, they use the line that you're dangerous to kids. If you're a man, that you're a pedophile. I'm not a pedophile. I'm not attracted to children. Okay, uh, and I don't want to hurt children either. So anyway, here's the point. Somebody wrote, Karina says hi. Who's Karina? I don't know who Karina is. Are you playing some kind of weird game? Narcissist always abuse type, some kind of gaslighting. Karina says hi. Who is Karina? I don't know who Karina is. Hey, John Doe says hi. Who's John Doe? Okay. Karina says hi. Have a great night. I don't know who Karina is. Who's Karina? This might be one of the 5 monkeys I sent to my channel to play games. I had that sometimes. The deep state sends 5 monkeys to pretend to look for support. And I've had this before when it like kind of weighed me down. I've had people before contact me. Most likely it's only cyberstalker 5 monkeys, deep state 5 monkeys. Okay, come in here playing games and try to get me confused and like some name that like John says, hey, who's John? Okay. So this is most likely one of the cyber stalkers in the chat. So yeah, good luck to you guys, okay? Good luck stopping me from doing what I'm gonna do. This is one of these 5 monkeys that came to me on Facebook. It's like sends me emails. And it's like a pattern where I've had, this is a tactic that I've had before, the deep state use. They have some women show up in my chat, send me DMs on Facebook, and they try to get, because I'm not narcissist, no, I'm like a person who's empathetic. This is like a tactic where I have it happen 2 times, where somebody gets sent to me to contact me, some woman on Facebook in a DM, and always it's like they're threatening to unalive themselves, which is like trying to get a person that's empathy, be like, oh, this person is threatening to unalive themselves. It's like, I'm dropping everything I'm doing to be here for you, don't do it. This is the second time. This person is one of these 5 monkeys of the deep state. They got sent to my channel, and it's the second woman. The other person was a fake tone video. And notice how there's like a pattern. It's a pattern. It's like, because I'm not a narcissist, I'm a target narcissist abuse, and they know that I'm an empath, like an empathetic person. It's like, send a woman, which you more likely to have empathy for than a man, right out of the gate, threatened to unalive themselves, which intended to get, be like, drop everything I'm doing, be like, oh, don't do it or something like this. So this is the second person that knows how they're stalking me too. They wrote me on Facebook before, and I talked to them a bit. It's like, oh, now all of a sudden they show up my YouTube channel. See, pathetic, pathetic, crazy talker. So this is the second time I had the deep state send a woman to my channel to contact me, be like, I'm gonna unalive myself, okay? And I go, don't do it. But I did try to get to be like emotionally exhausted and spend time engaging with this person. Be like, don't do it. I'm trying to help you, something like this. And then always the same thing, they get into crazy talk. Where it's like, yes, we targeted videos, we had brain chip implants, shape-shifting lizards, something like this. So here's another one of these cyberstalker 5 monkeys that the deep state sent to me to contact me on Facebook. And since I'm over here now, they're showing up on Facebook, okay? Karina says hi. I don't know who Karina is. John Doe says hi. Bob says hi. It's like gaslighting. It's just weird, okay? Go jump in the lake. So anyways, the point. They are afraid. They are afraid of what I can accomplish with streams like this. Which why they have to run interference on it. Which why they have to keep sending flying monkeys in my chat. To contact me on Facebook. They have to keep doing this. It's like because they're afraid of what I can accomplish. Now, here's the beauty. Them playing games doesn't really sabotage what I'm doing. It's like it's something to talk to. Say, oh yeah, I'm reminded flying monkeys I worked on interference, and I talk about how the deep state work to use flying monkeys to try to perception manage viewers and try to control the things of this. See how long it takes until they send another woman to my channel, a fake account, be like, hey Mike, we try to get Mike to like exhaust him and get him to waste time with a flying monkey. Let's send a woman to him and be like, I'm gonna unalive myself, and be like, okay, don't do it. Okay. But I feel bad. Oh, I can help you feel better. Take these supplements for this. See, this is like a pattern. It's the second time the Deep State sent a woman flying monkey to my channel. Pattern is crazy talk. Lead in by threatening to unalive himself. This is the second time this happens. Somebody comes from a forum where I talk about being a gangster tornado in Sweden. Oh, I'm from the forum. I want to talk to you privately. Okay, sure, you can send me DM. I'm going to unalive myself. I don't want to live anymore. Because an empathetic person who's two sides of the same coin, talking about narcissist, is like a woman who's unalive that they get to drop everything he's doing and be emotionally exhausted from like working to talk to somebody how to unalive themselves. It's a pattern. Women contact me, threaten to unalive themselves, and then getting into crazy talk very quickly. See? It's a pattern, I can prove it. Women contact, oh, I'm a woman, Mike. I want to unalive myself. I go, don't do it. And I go, and then eventually, before long, they start getting into crazy talk. We got brain chip implants. They're seeing through my eyes, as I told the video. They're reading our minds with satellites, something like this. It's a pattern. Women comes, threaten to unalive themselves. I give them the time of day a little bit. And they start crazy talking. See? And like weird gaslighting behavior. So, anyway, here's the point. They are really afraid of what I can accomplish. Which is why they had to play these stupid games, okay? So, the deep state are afraid of me, who I am, and what I can do. Which is why they had to work to perception manage people, make people think I'm a bad guy, I'm a threat, I'm dangerous to children, the elderly, whatever. Mike is a bad guy. And I enjoy the fact I notice how dangerous I am to these people. And they can keep making claims about Mike do this. I have been proven to be a sexual predator, a pedophile, a murderer, or a bank robber, see? So it's like they can keep with all like Mike is a pedophile. That hey, people on Discord, go harass this guy down with YouTube right now because he's a pedophile. I haven't been proven to be a pedophile in the court of law. I have been proven to be a rapist, a murderer, a bank robber, a grand thief. Okay, so it's like you can keep whispering behind closed doors the smear campaign. This like has to be covered up. Mike is a pedophile, rapist, serial killer, murderer, bank robber. He murders babies and he's a cannibal. But none of this has been proven in the court of law. See, I'm not convicted of sexual offense. I'm not convicted of rape, murder. I'm not convicted of pedophilia. No sexual assaults. No battery. I'm not convicted of doing violence to anybody. It's like the only things I've been convicted of. And they even use that. Like mostly it's fake, but it's like Mike the Thief. Because when I was in my early 20s, I committed like petty theft. Okay? And got fined for it. Okay? It is long, long, long ago. So, yeah, I'm not a pedophile. I'm not a murderer. I'm not a cannibal. I don't want to set your grandmother on fire and eat her heart. But you can pick who you listen to. They're very desperate to control your perception. They get to think that I'm like Satan himself because they're afraid of what I can accomplish. And they have to work to perception manage people. So I know what they're doing. Perception management and mind games. And I've had enough experience throughout the years to be able to kind of peek into the smear camp and know how to operate. Like they're always trying to paint you as a bad guy, and for the greater good, it's okay to do what to do to you because you're a bad guy. Okay. So I gotta finish up. Let's go to the video. If you're listening and you want to learn more, especially if you're a Christian, you need to listen to me. You need to be aware of my alternative platforms because there's no guarantee that YouTube won't close my. If I start getting too many views, despite the shadow banning here, they're likely to try to shut down my channel, like remove the channel. And even if they don't, there's videos that I can't make on YouTube, like health fitness topics. I still have to hold back on YouTube. Less now than it was in the height of COVID, but I still have to hold back on YouTube. So you need to be on my Rumble and my Instagram where I make the Power Punch videos. There's videos I can upload to Rumble and live streams and Instagram that I can't do here because I'll get American Misinformation Strike for teaching the truth. So check out my Instagram, Mike89, and my Rumble, Critical Mass Mike on Rumble. And that's gonna be the end of the video.